Do you ever wonder why your shots keep ballooning, you're chunking it, or you just don't have that crisp, powerful sound at impact like the best players in the world? Well, it might not be your swing, but it could be your wrists. Today I'm going to show you exactly how to stop flipping the club through impact and start compressing the ball like the pros. So the difference in those first two shots was massive, wasn't it? And I'm sure it's probably what a lot of you struggle with. So we see the best players in the world set up to the golf ball, but by the time they get back to impact, they're much more this way as they hit it. Whereas if you're watching this video, you're probably more like this and on the way through, that really weak looking follow through. So it's really important that we understand where we need to get the body to in the downswing, and then most importantly, how we use our hands and our arms and wrists through impact to create that snap that even with a little swing, I could be hitting the ball some huge distances. So the first thing we need to understand is we're not trying to get the ball in the air. So that's the problem I see for most golfers, is they make a decent backswing, but as they're coming down, they're trying to get underneath the golf ball. So they hang back and they release the club to try and get the club head underneath the ball. So the first thing we need to understand is that as you're making your backswing, you want to feel that the mass of your body is moving in front of the golf ball. Even let that upper body move a little bit towards the target, but really drive that lower body towards the target. Now, if I just continue to then turn, we can already see that potentially would be a very, very different impact position. But the first thing I want you to do is just hit some small swings, maybe just a little bit bigger than waist height, and feel once you get to waist height, we shift towards the target. But what you might just see to begin with is a super strike, but that ball appearing to drift over to the right. But if you are a golfer that struggles chunking it, thinning it, topping it, straight away that strike will have felt unbelievably good. So straight away you're learning how the best players in the world start to move their body to get their low point after the golf ball so that we hit ball and then ground. Now, obviously, I'm going to work through this quite quickly in the video, but I want you to hit lots and lots of those little swings and just getting that little bit of a feel for that ball and then ground contact. Now, once we can get the body motion starting to get good, now we can start learning about how we release that club correctly through the bottom. Now, obviously what we're seeing with the golfers who are struggling is as they're coming in, they're losing all those angles, probably shaft leaning back away from target, and then very much the club face looking up to the sky on the way through. Now, the best players in the world, obviously that body's moving a bit better. We tend to see from here through to there, actually quite a lot of rotation of the club face. And it's not that we're rolling the club face, but if we don't have that last little bit, it's very hard to square the club face up and it robs us of a massive amount of speed. So if I hit that very first one that I did in the video, I feel like I'm putting a lot into that, but we only see just under 78 mile an hour club speed. Now what I'm going to get you to try is I want you to again feel like you're only waist height, but I want you to feel that once you move the body towards the target, we're going to keep the body turning out the way, but I want you to feel like you're going to get that club face rotating so it looks behind you, maybe even looking more down, but if you're looking face on, you can see those fingers. So we're going to feel much more of that release, and then hit the ball, and I'm just interested to see just how quick that can be. So even with a very short backswing, I had the same club head speed as the full swing before, but already started seeing more distance. And this is something I was very fortunate, I think I learned very early on when I was playing golf. Maybe didn't get that shift as good, but definitely that last little bit. So a great analogy somebody gave me once was, I want you to think about how you generate speed as to we're pushing a car along. And I want you to think about there's 3 guys pushing the car. So you've got one big guy who's strong, but not very fast. Then a medium guy who's medium strength, a little quicker. But then you've got a little guy who's super fast, but not strong. So we need to get the lower body's the big guy, the upper body's the middle guy, and the small guy are the hands and wrists. Now, if you can get that order of big, medium, then the little guy doing the work, that really is the key to delivering that club quickly, powerfully, with a great strike. So we're going to go just one more little swing. And it's amazing how quick you can swing the club, how good the strike is, and then how far you can hit the ball. And this is probably a little drill that I do probably once a week just to maybe feel that I'm getting everything timed perfectly in my swing. So then once we've done what feels like waist height, I know it's a little bit longer for me, we're then going to go a little bit longer with the swing. Same feel though, backswing, shift, and then from here and through, really just feel like hands and forearms for me and wrists are doing the last bit of the work. You can see 85 mile an hour, launching down at 15 degrees, which again is important, carrying 167. Because when you've got golfers, and I see a lot of golfers with me, into this, I've got 8-iron in my hand, and they're turning 8-iron into nearly 30 degrees. Whereas you look at that, I'm getting that down around 15. So it's really a case of I'm presenting less loft, I've got more speed, and I'm striking the ball solidly. That is a great recipe for hitting long and accurate golf shots. So then we go longer again, more of a full backswing, really focused on those moves. So I didn't launch that one quite as low, but we saw more speed at nearly 89 mile an hour, just under 18 degrees launch, and 167 carry. And even though that's fast, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of effort, because when you get using the body correctly and then having that last little bit doing what it needs to do, it's amazing how much energy you can get into there. And if you are one of those golfers who's flipped and really struggle with ball striking, this will be a game changer, I guarantee you. So we're going to go one more big swing. A little bit more drawy, but just under 89 mile an hour club speed, 16.5 launch, and nearly 170 carry. But if you don't get that body going that way to begin with, it's incredibly difficult. Once you get that body going that way, if you don't learn that feel for the release, that club face is going to be open at impact and you're going to miss everything right. But if you can practice that little swing and get a feel to how to release the club correctly, you're going to stop flipping and just start hitting some of the best shots you've ever hit.